and the omnibus. So I was forced into the Archers when I was a child. And look, it's come back to bite me later on. I'm awash with this stuff.
The Archers is the world's longest-running radio show, with more than 15,000 episodes broadcast. Despite being a rural flavour show, The Archers is recorded in the heart of...
Welcome, learners, to another deep dive. Today, we're looking at something a bit different sources from an audio drama.
Yeah, it's a really interesting way to look at things.
We're going to sort of eavesdrop on these conversations, see how people handle everyday challenges, managing expectations, tricky relationships, just finding clarity when life's messy.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is how these, well, seemingly simple chats reveal so much, about resilience, responsibility, that gap between hope and reality.
Right.
So our job today is really to pull out those nuggets, those aha moments that probably resonate with experiences we all kind of recognize.
So what do you think will jump out as we listen? We'll be looking at how characters handle stress, family stuff, and that messy overlap between personal lives and work pressures.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Okay, let's jump right in with Stella. She sounds like she's carrying, well, a lot. Helping move a village shop, battling farm politics. You can just feel the stress coming through.
Right. Oh, definitely. And what's striking is her coping mechanism, finding comfort in farming's predictability.
Right.
She actually says, harvest is fine. Actually, it might be the only thing keeping me sane. At least harvest is predictable. Barley now, wheat next,
A sharp contrast to the human chaos around her.
Totally. It's like seeking refuge in the familiar when everything else feels out of control.
But it's interesting, she seems to blame herself for a lot of it, like suggesting the ecological survey, joining the board.
Yeah, she feels things are a mess and might get worse because of her actions.
Even throws in Justin, Brian, just all this stuff with Rosie and the mobile phone, like it's all connected to her choices.
Well, it's often easier, isn't it, to feel responsible even negatively than to admit some things are just beyond our control. It gives a weird sense of agency.
Maybe.
And connecting that to the bigger picture, her work stress is definitely tied up with money worries. The threat of losing that BL contract covers 500 acres, thousands of pounds. She says it sends a shiver down her spine.
Wow. And she mentioned big investments too, right?
Yeah. The no-till drill, other expensive kit. So the farm has to be in full-time use. It really ramps up the pressure.
You can see why she's dreading that Friday board meeting then. She compares it to her GCSEs.
Yeah, convinced Justin will just use his majority shareholding to push his own way.
David tries to offer another view, suggesting Justin wouldn't risk resignations.
But Stella just sees that as clutching at straws. She seems resigned almost.
Yeah.
It really highlights that struggle, doesn't it? Hope versus realism when you feel powerless.
And underneath it all.
She just wants to farm.
Yeah.
Without the politics and backstabbing. Get back to the core thing.
Okay, let's shift gears now. From Stella's heavy world to Mia at university in Newcastle. Seems like a totally different vibe.
Oh yeah, much more carefree. Her parents, Ketten and Jolene, sound absolutely delighted for her.
You can feel that parental pride, can't you? And the expectations, maybe?
Definitely. And Ed jokes about her phone always ringing, just a little hint at her busy social life.
And then she drops the news she's seeing someone. Jesse.
Though she's careful, not a boyfriend yet, but exclusive.
You can almost picture her getting red talking about it. Sweet.
Yeah. And the details about her life there are great. Shared house, cooking together.
The lentil curry.
Right. 3 of us were vegans and 2 veggies, so a lot of lentil curry. It paints such a clear picture of student life, building independence.
And she seems quite sensible about not moving in with Jesse too quickly.
Yeah, thinking about it being awkward if we split up shows some maturity there.
But the really interesting bit, for me anyway, is her deciding to tell Brad, the ex, about Jesse.
That's a complex one. She hears from Amber Kinsey that Brad still, likes me.
So she decides she needs to clear the air.
Seems like it. She says, it's better if I tell him and then everyone knows where they stand. Trying to manage things.
Okay, fair enough. Wanting clarity. Yeah. But the timing.
Exactly. She decides to do it on Brad's birthday. And her parents only clock it after she's gone. They're left wondering if they should have stopped her going. Poor Brad.
Ooh, good intentions. Potentially disastrous impact. That delicate dance of past and present relationships.
Definitely.
Speaking of relationships, let's look at Pip and Rosie, the mobile phone drama.
Ah, yes. Stella mentions Rosie's been a little madam.
And Stella's own instinct is just send it to a room, but she knows that's not Pip's style.
It really highlights how parenting styles evolve, doesn't it? David points out he and Ruth didn't have to worry about half the things Pip does.
So true. Different generation, different challenges, especially with tech.
Absolutely, it's a constant negotiation.
And Stella tries to keep her distance initially, saying she wants to stay out of it because Rosie's Pip's child, not mine.
Yeah, she sets that boundary. But David gently pushes back.
How so?
He reminds her, well, you're Pip's partner. And what I do affects Rosie, and what Rosie does affects us too.
Ah, the reality of blended families. Everything's interconnected.
Exactly. It doesn't matter who's biologically related. You're in it together. Your lives affect each other.
And it's nice that David and Ruth offer Stella support too, right? For the farm politics stuff.
Yeah, inviting her to talk about all the politics and backstabbing, showing that Family Support Network is there for all the stresses, not just the kid stuff.
Okay, finally, let's touch on Kenton and Jolene talking about their son, George. It's such a contrast to Mia.
It really is. It gets right to the heart of parental hopes versus, well, reality.
Kenton talks about how he used to daydream about George's future, university.
Yeah, remember, he was so bright. That universal dream we have for our kids, isn't it? For things to be straightforward.
But the reality couldn't be more different. George is in prison planning a wedding to someone he has only known for a few months.
Such a stark contrast. It really nails that parental wish for a child's life to be uncomplicated and carefree.
And they grapple with it, wishing he was off making lentil curries and meeting a girlfriend in the normal way.
It's so relatable, that feeling when a child's path diverges so much from what you pictured or hoped for. It's definitely not the choice they imagined.
But even then, there's still that little flicker of hope, isn't there?
Yeah, they wonder, what if it's a chance for George to do something, I don't know, normal?
Considering maybe him and Amber will settle down and be good for each other?
It raises that big question. Can you find normal, or maybe just stability, even on a really unconventional path? I think it shows the deep human need to just hold on to that possibility. Even when things are tough, you look for the potential positive outcome. Redefine what okay might look like.
So wrapping this up, what's the takeaway? We've seen people trying to find balance, right?
Yeah, definitely. Balancing the need for predictability, like Stella's harvest, with navigating all the messy, unpredictable human stuff.
Relationships, choices, expectation.
Exactly. Grappling with communication, how our choices affect others, managing expectations, both our own and other people's. It's a constant negotiation.
So it leaves us, and you listening, with something to think about, I guess. In a world where, let's face it, so much is outside our control. What does leading a normal life actually mean? And is normal something we can ever really choose for ourselves or the people we care about?
So what are you doing now?
Just getting ready for the next episode. Just moving mics around.
So what do you do?
I do the spot effects on the arches. Any
Are you what we
movements
call Foley then?
and- kind of. Yep.
Okay. And these are all part of the paraphernalia of production.
Yep. That's the bull bar.
This one.
Yep. That's.
Haley so wanted to be in their own place when their baby came. It's due in 2 months. Not much chance of that now. No. I mean, it would have been a stretch for them financially, mind, but I just wish there was something practical I could do to help them, Caroline.
I think The Archers has had this immense popularity over the years, basically because it has always very accurately reflected the reality of life and living in a rural community at whatever